Where are you from?
My family's from Nigeria.
Were you born and raised in Nigeria?
I wasn't. I was born in America. Did elementary until the 4th grade, and I was 9 years old at the time. And my parents had me go back to Nigeria to do middle school and high school. So I pretty much grew up in Nigeria. Yeah, but I was born in America.
What was life like in Nigeria?
Life in Nigeria was different from the life I had gotten to know, the American life. You know, it was different. Generally, a third world country, so didn't have as many good amenities as America. Yeah, but it was beautiful.
What part
It
of
is beautiful.
What part of Nigeria were you in?
I was in Abia State, the east.
Okay, the east. What is that near? Is that near any large cities or?
It's near a large city known as Port Harcourt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a large city down there. It's a large city. Yeah.
And so, do you come from a musical family?
Not playing wise and making music, like playing the instruments and making music. I have a brother that makes music. The rest of my family just listens to a lot of music.
And what kind of music does your brother listen to?
Mostly rap.
Okay, rap. And so you come from a background where you're mostly listening to music. Is this at like family parties and functions? Could you like describe that experience?
Music, going to an African church.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
Yeah. My dad listened to a lot of music. My uncles, my mom, gospel. My older brother, different genres. You know, he's a heavy influence on me. Yeah, I listen to different genres. So, yeah, my family, we listen to a lot of music. Listen to a lot of music.
And so did you start making music in Nigeria when you were in middle school and high school, or like when did that come about?
Making music for me really started with writing lyrics at the back of my notebooks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Middle school, ending of middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when it started. You know, in high school, I just strengthened that and been writing music ever since.
Were you like rapping and freestyling at that point?
I was. I was.
And so what made you choose the rap route instead of like a traditional like Afro beats kind of vibe?
I do make Afro beats.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got a shirt on.
Listen to your,
I got a shirt on. This is WBU. My single Who Be You dropped in February. That's an Afrobeat song.
The last
it's on
track
every
you
platform.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's on every platform. Who Be You. It's on every platform. I'm wearing the shirt right now. Shout out to Muna Shirts.
Oh, I see. So the last track you dropped, I feel like it was like sort of like a mix between alternative and Afrobeat.
Yes.
That's why I was like, I couldn't like put it in a box.
I can't even be put in a box myself.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm so versatile. I mean, I do Afro beats, you know. I would like to say my sound is really afro-fusion, with Afro being the bass and just fusing it with every other sound. Rap, reggae, jazz, you know, soul, yeah, Afro-fusion. I do make Afro beats, but I'm not an Afro beats artist. I'm an Afro-fusion artist. Yes.
And so what inspires you to create Afro-fusion music?
My background is heavy, you know, having a Nigerian background, growing up there, hearing different music, you know. Also coming back to the States, hearing music that's different from Afro beats.
Yeah.
You know, so really where I've lived, what I like, you know. I have different reasons why I create, you know. It could probably be because of a particular style, you know, or an artist that I just came across, you know. Spontaneous reasons, you know, there's not really one, you know.
Have you faced any challenges in your music career?
Challenges in my music career so far, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say challenging, but you know, just little obstacles that everyone's gonna go through on the journey, you know. You know, if you look at them as challenges, you know, you might overthink, you know, and that might limit you. So I just really take them as obstacles that, you know, I happen to get through, you know.
Yeah.
So not really challenging.
Can you describe the mindset that you have to have when pursuing such a competitive career?
Well, I can only speak for myself and speak on my mindset. You know, my mindset is fearless, you know, humble, but fearless.
How does your family feel about your music career?
They support it. They see that I'm passionate about it. They support it, and yeah, I have the right mindset. You know, I have the right drive. You know, so they support it.
When did you drop your first song for the public?
My first song for the public was dropped on October of 2020. October of 2020. Yeah.
And how did your peers receive the song?
I had at the time, I had just come back. I had just finished high school. Like, came back to America. You know, not too long. I started making music, so was still in touch with my friends, my peers. You know, back home, I had made some friends here, so it was received well amongst the ones back home and amongst here. You know, it was received well.
Yeah. Have you found a sort of thriving afro-fusion community in Atlanta? Like, do you find that there are a bunch of other afro-fusion artists here?
Not a bunch. Some I know of. I mean, a bunch. If you're saying you'd have to give me how much is a bunch to you?
Enough to say that, like, there's a thriving afro-fusion community where they're having shows, a bunch of people are showing up, that sort of thing. Like, where it's not, let's say if you go to an industry event, it's like you're not the only afro-fusion artist there.
Okay, well, more than a few.
Okay.
More than a few.
And are you collabing with them, or is it sort of like everybody's moving on their own?
In terms of collabing, at this point in time, I'm perfecting my sound. Really haven't reached out to anyone. People have reached out to me, but I'm open to any collabs. You know. Yeah.
Are you independent, or are you signed to a label at this point?
I'm independent.
Okay. Is there a reason why you're independent, or?
There's a reason, because being independent doesn't block your creative space. You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't block your creative space, you know, and I need that right now. I need that creative space.
Are you interested in any other art forms outside of music?
No.
Okay, so solely music.
Yes.
Do you play any instruments?
I do not. I do not play any instruments. I once attempted to learn the bass guitar, but currently I don't play any instruments.
What's been your most memorable moment in your career so far?
My most memorable moment came in early last year. I opened up for Rema. He's a big act from Nigeria, so just being able to be on the same stage with him not too long after I started, you know, a year after I started, that's memorable.
When you're making your Afro-fusion music, are you inspired by like the early forms of like sort of like high life music in Nigeria and Ghana and West Africa?
Yes, high life. I listen to the legends, you know.
Yeah.
Fela. I listen to Fela. Yeah. I am inspired by Fela.
Yeah. I love Fela Kuti.
Fela Kuti.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. What is your ultimate aspiration with your career?
My ultimate aspiration is for my music to be timeless and for me to travel the world with it, you know? Yeah, I want to make timeless music, you know, music that will have its substance even when I'm not here. You know, music that will still retain its substance, its value, you know, 'cause, yeah, I make time, my goal is to make timeless music.
Yeah.
You know, and to travel the world with it.
How important is having substance in your music?
Very important. Because all I intend for you to hear is me. You know? So, substance is very important in the music. Yeah.
In today's music age, do you think that the actual lyrics of the song are more important than the beat and the rhythm?
See, it depends. It depends on what song we're listening to,
Yeah.
on who we're listening to. It depends, you know.
Okay.
It depends. Lyrics are very important, you know. The lyrics are very important, you know. But the beat is as important as the lyrics too. You know, you can't underestimate anyone.
Yeah.
But lyrics are very important, you know. That's the message, you know. The beat can also speak to you too, but the lyrics are the message that you expect, are the messages you expect. Yeah.
What would you say is like the message or theme that your music promotes to the world?
It promotes various themes. You know, I'm not one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever I feel, you know, like Who Be You, it was a song that gave off a different energy from my last drop, Lights Up Freestyle. So, yeah, various themes. I'm not one-dimensional, you know.
If you could choose whether you wanted to live here in the States and make music or go to Nigeria and make music, what would you do?
I would be going back and forth.
Back and forth.
I can't even choose one. I would be going back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
Nigeria is home. Right now I'm in America. Nigeria is my home away from home. When I'm in Nigeria, America is my home away from home.
Yeah.
So I'll be back and forth.
Which place do you prefer?
Preference. Preference. America.
Really?
Yes.
Why America?
More opportunities.
Yeah. Everyone says that.
More opportunities. You know.
Have you been able to like feel the benefits of the opportunities here?
Yes, I have.
Like tangibly?
Yes, I have. Since May, I've been doing shows, various stages. You know. Yeah, and you know, like between America and Nigeria, you know, the digital divide. You know. So it's like, you know, better technology over here.
Is there a thriving afro-fusion market in Nigeria? Or would you say like it's better for an artist to come here and try to make it?
See, when you said afro-fusion, you know,
Yeah.
there's afro-fusion, there's afro-pop, you know, afro-trap. So when speaking about afro-fusion, you know, the person doing afro-fusion can go and make an afro-trap song, you know, so it's like I can't speak on that solely, you know, but coming to America, if you are, you know, doing the Afrobeat sound, you know, which is gonna include Afro-fusion, Afro-trap, if you're doing that sound, coming to America, you will have an audience. You know, places like Atlanta, New York, LA, you will have an audience.
Yeah. Do you feel like Atlanta is the best audience for your sound now?
It is a good audience for my sound. The audience is receiving my sound very well, but you know, with my sound, I can go to any state and they'll fall in love with it.
Yeah.
You know?
For someone watching this who aspires to do what you do, what advice would you have for them?
Be you, perfect your sound. Just be you and perfect your sound. If you want to make music,